In WWE, one wrestler often delivers a very brutal attack on another wrestler. However, these wrestlers always attack their opponents in a very professional manner, ensuring that their opponent does not get injured. Despite their professionalism, sometimes mistakes happen, and due to these mistakes, an opponent may suffer serious injury. In today's video, let's discuss 5 such incidents from WWE, where one wrestler has accidentally injured their opponent during a match. Number 5. Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief, Roman once performed in the Big Dog persona. During a live event, he faced Bray Wyatt in a match. At one point during the match, Roman Reigns fell to ground, and Bray Wyatt began attacking him with a kendo stick. Suddenly, a briefcase from a Money in the Bank match flew into the crowd and struck Roman Reigns. The audience intentionally threw the briefcase at him, although the match between Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns continued. The briefcase hit Roman Reigns on the shoulder, causing him to suffer an injury. Roman Reigns was taken by surprise due to the unexpected hit, and the injury forced the match to stop for a while. The fan who threw the Money in the Bank briefcase was arrested by security and taken backstage. Despite the injury, Roman Reigns resumed the match against Bray Wyatt after a brief break. However, what stands out is that even with the injury, Roman Reigns handled the situation very professionally and continued the match. Number 4. Jericho's moves. Seeing Neville injured, Jericho quickly went for a pin to end the match. However, despite not kicking out, Neville did not respond, and Jericho held the pin. The referee counted to 2 but then paused, leading Jericho to get up and aggressively confront the referee. He began pushing and shouting at the referee, demanding an explanation for not completing the count. As a result of Jericho's attack on the referee, the match ended in a disqualification. Although Neville was injured, he had continued performing well against Chris Jericho before the unfortunate incident occurred. Number 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of WWE's legendary superstars. If he were still active in WWE today, we would certainly be witnessing major matches involving him. There was a time when Austin faced Owen Hart in a singles match, which became infamous due to a dangerous incident. During this match, Austin became so aggressive that he began attacking Owen Hart with brutal moves. At one point, Owen attempted a pile driver on Austin, a move that can be very dangerous. Unfortunately, Owen made a mistake while executing it, and Austin's head was driven down into the mat, causing a severe injury. The pile driver, if done incorrectly, can lead to serious damage, and in this case, it was devastating for Austin. His head was driven down, causing him to suffer a serious neck injury. The result of this botched move left Austin paralyzed in the ring for several moments, unable to move due to the injury. This terrifying moment in WWE history was a turning point in Austin's career. The impact was so severe that it ultimately ended Austin's wrestling career. He was paralyzed for a short time following the move, and the injury significantly impacted his ability to continue competing at the same level. This mistake by Owen Hart had a lasting effect on Stone Cold Steve Austin, and despite his eventual return to the ring, his career was never the same after this incident. It stands as one of the most dangerous and career-altering moments in WWE history. Number 2. Sid Vicious. If there has ever been a truly brutal and terrifying injury in WWE history, it was Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious was one of WWE's most popular wrestlers, and his career was filled with memorable moments. However, one incident stands out as particularly horrifying. During a singles match, Sid Vicious attempted to execute a top rope maneuver where he would jump from the top turnbuckle to attack his opponent. Unfortunately, as he landed, disaster struck. When Sid Vicious fell, he landed awkwardly and immediately his left leg snapped. It was a gruesome and shocking sight. His leg was completely crushed, and the injury was so severe that it could be clearly seen on television. The break was horrific, and Sid's leg was bent in an unnatural position, leaving fans and everyone in attendance in utter shock. This injury was so intense that it led to an immediate stoppage of the match. Sid Vicious, visibly in extreme pain, was unable to continue, and the event was halted as medical staff rushed to his aid. The broken leg was a career-ending injury, and it took a long time for Sid Vicious to recover from this traumatic event. The graphic nature of this injury became one of the most memorable and painful moments in WWE history. Fans who witnessed it were left stunned, as the injury was one of the most brutal scenes in professional wrestling. The image of Sid Vicious' leg being broken in such a violent manner is seared into the memories of wrestling fans around the world. Despite this, Sid Vicious' legacy as one of WWE's most imposing superstars remains intact. However, this incident, which occurred in front of a live audience, marked the end of his in-ring career. It is a reminder of how dangerous professional wrestling can be, and how a single misstep can lead to life-changing injuries. Number 1. Mankind. In 1998, during the King of the Ring Premium Live event, The Undertaker and Mankind faced off in a Hell in a Cell match. This match quickly became infamous for the brutal and dangerous behavior exhibited by both competitors. The intensity between them was so high that it seemed as though one of them could potentially kill the other. At one point during the match, The Undertaker delivered a terrifying move when he threw Mankind off the top of the Hell in a Cell structure, sending him crashing 16 feet down onto the announcer's table. Mankind fell from such a great height that he suffered horrific injuries. The match was immediately paused, and a stoppage was declared due to the severity of the injury. Despite this, Mankind, who had already taken a brutal fall, became even more relentless and crazed. He returned to Hell in a Cell structure and began attacking The Undertaker again. However, The Undertaker countered and performed a choke slam from the top of the Hell in a Cell. This caused the structure's roof to collapse, sending both men crashing into the ring below. Mankind was left in an even more devastating state, with injuries that seemed nearly life-threatening. Mankind's insane behavior throughout the match made it clear that he would not stop, even if it meant sacrificing his own well-being. Despite falling twice in the top of the Hell in a Cell and enduring countless other brutal moves, Mankind continued fighting until he was ultimately defeated by The Undertaker after taking his finisher. This match remains one of the most memorable and dangerous moments in WWE history. Mankind's courage, as well as his willingness to endure unimaginable pain for the sake of the match, cemented his legacy as one of the most daring superstars in wrestling history.
If you love your father, then subscribe the channel, and those who love me show your love by liking and subscribing.